Hello everyone, my name is Isra and I'm an intern at the Center for Violence Prevention, and my intention today for this video is for us all to come back to self, to pause and to see how we are taking care of ourselves amidst the pandemic and our social and racial issues today in this country, as well as exams throughout the semester through a trauma-informed approach.
Before we proceed, I would like to remind everyone that it is the nervous system that defines trauma, not the intellectual part of the brain, and so we can't define trauma for anyone but ourselves. What my own nervous system perceives as trauma, yours might not, and vice versa. But just as our bodies are primed for survival, our body is also primed for healing, and that is what this video is about. So let's begin with our first healing practice. We can utilize breathwork to realign amidst chaos or trauma reminders. When experiencing these reminders, oftentimes we are breathing from our chest, and so when we breathe in a shallow way, the body remains in a cyclical state of stress, our stress causing shallow breathing, and our shallow breathing causing stress. This sets off the part of our nervous system that primes us for activity and response, which can be distressing. So how can we transform our breathing from chest to deep belly breath, which gets all the air to our lungs? Nadi Shodhana is a wonderful breathing technique that has been used for thousands of years through yoga practices. All you will need is your thumb, pinky, and breath. You're going to use your right hand thumb and place over your right nostril. Inhale for 5 seconds. Close your left nostril with your pinky while the thumb is placed over your right nostril. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. Then you uncover your right nostril and exhale for 5 seconds and alternate. Another technique is box breathing. Start by slowly breathing out your mouth for 4 counts. Hold your breath at the bottom of the exhale for 4 counts. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. And at the top of the inhale, hold the breath again for 4 counts. Continue this cycle for a few minutes or as needed. Through deep belly breaths, we can gradually recondition our nervous systems and feel safe and calm. Now we want to know what are some daily rituals that we can implement in our morning, afternoon, or evening routines to tend to our body. We want to make sure these activities allow us to pay attention and properly care for our body sensations. Yoga is an option, jogging, walking, stretching, and even dancing. We also want to know what are some things we can do to tend to our mind. Boundary setting certainly is beneficial. Regarding media time, it's important to set intentional time for any type of media and limit your scrolling. Filter your feeds for positive content or limit posts that may bother you. Read sources from trusted sources and be cautious of misinformation. Avoid the news right before bedtime, turn off notifications when needed, and avoid reading comments as needed. In general, it is important that you prioritize your needs and voice them to your close ones. Schedule you time in your calendar as well. Tending to your mind can also involve talking about what is stressing you out. Keeping a stress journal can be beneficial. Journaling about your experience and identifying your trauma reminders. Writing about what you learned from these. Ask yourself, how does this impact you now? Draw images of your feeling or sensations. Journal how you would like to feel, or write a comforting letter to your past self in the role of an older sibling or best friend. You can also prioritize your time by writing a list of what needs to be done and the time that it needs to be completed. You want to break big tasks into smaller tasks. Some other practices that can help include talking to someone who validates you and your experiences. It's good to ask for support through this healing journey. Talking to a counselor, relaxation or stress reduction exercises such as meditation, guided imagery, coloring, painting, making mood playlists, hammocking, warm baths are other things you can do. I hope all of you were able to find a wellness tool or practice you can take home with you today. Happy healing!